I'm going to give you a number. It's a very random number. 88. What does 88 remind you of? Maybe some of you are going to say Dale Earnhardt Jr. Some of you may say Dale Jarrett. Some of you fans may even say Shane Van Gisbergen. Or some fans may say Matt Crafton, since we're about to talk about the Truck Series. All of those are wrong. 88 is the percentage of laps led by Ty Majeski tonight on his way to his first ever NASCAR Truck Series championship. Yes, Ty Majeski dominated, obliterated the field tonight at Phoenix Raceway. He started on pole, finished first. So, he won. He won the pole, he won the race. There, that's a better way to say it. All right, Ty Majeski led 132 out of 150 laps. Won stage 2, I believe. Stage 1 was won by Corey Heim. Majeski led 43 or 44 of the first 50 laps, I think it was. Or he led all but 7 when Heim took the lead. That was the story of the night. Majeski had the best truck all night long, but Corey Heim seemed to have a really good long-run truck that could compete with Ty Majeski. But at the end of the day, Majeski was just far and away the best driver and truck tonight in the NASCAR Truck Series Championship. And thankfully, unlike last year, a pretty uneventful Truck Series Championship race. No late race cautions every 5 seconds. We had a little bit of sloppiness in there, but they finally sorted it out. We went the last 28 laps green, I think. And no intentional wrecking of championship contenders. In fact, I think all championship contenders finished in the top 5. How about that? Great job by the Truck Series drivers tonight, seriously. But all Championship 4 drivers in the top 5, showing their best, showing why they were in the Championship 4. And Ty Majeski, as I said, he was the class of the field tonight. Really don't need to say it much more than that. But what a story for him. A guy who's known for short track racing. When we talked about this race a couple days ago, we said Eckes and Heim, they've dominated the season. They've been the 2 best all year long. But when it came to this championship race, Ty Majeski was the wild card. He's a great short track racer. He won at IRP earlier this year. He won at Richmond. Ty Majeski coming into Phoenix, he was the wild card. And guess what? The wild card won. He showed why he was the wild card in a sense. And Ty Majeski from Wisconsin just got fined a few days ago, $12,500 for missing his media obligations, which might have been due to him going to vote, which I think he's going to win that appeal, if that's truly the reason. But anyway, side note, Ty Majeski, a great story for him. Great accomplishment. He's a NASCAR champion. He's a NASCAR National Series champion. It needs to be celebrated. It's a major accomplishment for him. ThorSport, back-to-back championships for them. They've won now 3 of the last 4 with Ben Rhodes and Ty Majeski. I mean, ThorSport's on a tear here. So, obviously, we know that ThorSport comes to play. They win races every single year. They compete for championships, and as of late, they win championships. So, ThorSport Racing is on fire. ThorSport Racing, Ty Majeski, they did great tonight. As for your other championship contenders, the story of the night was Majeski versus Corey Heim. And as I said, Majeski really won that battle for the most part. But Corey Heim did get the best of Majeski a couple of times. As I said, late in stage 1, he ended up leading 16 laps on the day. But ultimately didn't have enough and then shot themselves in the foot. Or I should say Corey Heim shot himself in the foot. Corey Heim had not had a penalty all year long until this race with about 50 laps to go. Restart violation. Yes, Corey Heim got a little too excited on a restart, pulled out of line before the start-finish line. The rule is you have to stay in line until that start-finish line. And at Phoenix, where everyone loves to cut the dog leg, Heim tried to do that too early. Got a penalty. It's a pretty black and white, pretty easy penalty to hand out. Ended up, I don't want to say it cost him the championship because once again, Majeski was going to be really hard to beat, but it cost him precious time. He had to go to the back of the field on the next restart. Charged all the way up into the top 10 pretty quickly, and then there was a couple cautions. Next thing you know, he's third, then he's second, and that's about all he could do. Second. Second straight year that Corey Heim has had a fantastic season, championship-worthy season, arguably, and he falls short. Christian Eckes, he was the third best all night out of the championship four. He was good. He was top 5, even top 3 speed most of the night, but he was clearly a step behind Corey Heim, a step behind Ty Majeski. Had fresher tires by about 10 to 15 laps on that final run and just couldn't quite get there. The tires just evened out after he had to slice and dice through the field. And Eckes, similar to Heim this year, had a championship-worthy season, won the regular season championship, won 4 races. They had a great season. They got nothing to be ashamed of, but in his last year in the Truck Series, ends up falling short of a championship. And as I said, just a step behind Heim and Majeski all night. And then Grant Enfinger finished 5th in the race, led those 2 other laps. So all the laps were led by the championship 4 guys. But Grant Enfinger, he was 2 steps behind the leaders, 1 step behind Eckes. 5th to 10th most of the night. Never really quite was in contention for this thing. They tried to play that same strategy as Eckes where they took tires and they were able to get up through the field, but stalled out at 5th. Just couldn't quite get as high as 5th. And ultimately they finished 4th in the points. So Ty Majeski is your champion. Great for him. Great story for him. Great feeling for him, I'm sure. Corey Heim finishes 2nd in the standings. Christian Eckes 3rd. Grant Enfinger is 4th in the NASCAR Truck Series standings in 2024. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. We got the Xfinity Series Championship tomorrow. Cup Series Championship on Sunday. Hopefully it's fun. Hopefully it's exciting. Hopefully it's not too crazy or too stupid. But yeah, we got some more championships to hand out this weekend.